story for you guys. So the job that Thug Nasty got for me, we're in a Discord server with like the different high schools because we're setting up the high school esports league, and Thug Nasty like makes an announcement, and a bunch of high schoolers are like, "Who the fuck is Thug Nasty?" They just started memeing him for his username in Discord. It was pretty hilarious.
Thug Nasty.
It is a crazy gamer tag.
We are loading in. I am seeing the player's screen start to go in. Rammy looks locked. Dripped out to the 9s. I love Rammy.
Ooh, this is a rematch.
Yeah, so what we were talking about is, can SWAT Latam make the adjustments and correct the mistakes they made against the squad in the winners bracket?
It was a pretty dominant 3-0 win earlier for TLF, but...
Or no, it's 2-0, right? Wasn't it the best of 3s?
2-0, that's right,
Yeah,
best of 3, 2-0.
So arguably, SWAT Latam have a longer series to make the adjustment, but I just feel like Team Lethal Fox is probably too strong for them
All
to
right,
do.
here we go, opening break, as both teams even 3 up on each side, as HCS 352, look at the names on your screen here pretty soon, goes down, looking to take control of the hill, gets in there momentarily, but SWAT Latam take it right back, still even in the sleighs, both teams vying for control before they take control of the hill.
Early pipes control, pretty important. Obviously, the shock rifle is right there, and so is the hill. But more importantly than that, I think these teams want to spawn in A. That's why we see a lot of action already occurring in that elevator side, is because that is the easier approach towards this hill.
SWAT Latam in position to take the hill, but with, again, pretty even in the sleighs. They're going to play for a couple more before dropping in. Now forced to drop in, simply to stay alive, and they have him called out, does Team Lethal Fox. Take him down with a vengeance. 2 go down here, make it 3, as Team Lethal Fox look to put together a string of time.
So far, it definitely feels like Team Lethal Fox were just kind of waiting to play for positioning first. And once they get into control, they've really just held it much better. They're okay with giving up 5 seconds if it means like during those 5 seconds they're getting control of elevator. They've done a great job of that.
It's always that give and take, right? We'll give you this if we get that. That's
right.
what we want, and that's what Team Lethal Fox has. But now it's SWAT Latam back in the hill. The 2 players collide with the fist. More sleighs occurring in this sequence for SWAT Latam, but it's a double kill to even up the tide just a little bit from HCS 354 as he makes his way into the hill. But it's possession of the hill from SWAT Latam. Looking to take a edge here in game number 1. Team Lethal Fox seem to have the better control. The early goings with SWAT Latam have brought it back, and this is different than what we saw in the previous series. There wasn't much give and take, there wasn't much contention. Now there is.
Maybe SWAT Latam kind of learned a few things in the last few matches. I mean, it's very easy to get better every round that you play in the open bracket. Also have had time to talk about the things they did incorrectly. By the way, the team names at the top, I think, are backwards. I think the names of the players are correct though here.
All right, even both teams at about the 90 percentile on this first hill. The ever important opening strike. That camo user for TLF, or excuse me, SWAT Latam, goes down. Haines going down. Rammy looking to clean up on some of that damage. He's protecting his teammate there. Weak bait and switch. Keeps both up. Great play there from Team Lethal Fox, and they're going to secure the opening hill.
Yakzn 7-4-4. Strong start, does get taken down. Hill moving to blue pipes. Now this is a harder hill to cap, in my opinion. You kind of want to control that C silo and long haul side. And when SWAT Latam get into this hill without securing long haul in glass, I'm a little bit concerned. I think Team Lethal Fox will take advantage of this. And they have a player that's all the way at the bottom of the map, so it's going to be more difficult for him to be a factor. Player did do some good damage before being taken down, but I think that if SWAT Latam wanted an extended amount of hill time, they needed to play for space before hill. They made the mistake, and I think they're about to be punished by Team Lethal Fox.
Yeah, they allowed a flood of TLF members to push on through that long haul, as now it's Juan in control of the hill. A lead on hill number 2 for SWAT Latam, and they have the numbers advantage. 3 go down for Team Lethal Fox, and we could see a string of scoring here for SWAT Latam. And the 4th goes down, staggered out. SWAT Latam could very quickly tie this one up.
Yeah, I was expecting Team Lethal Fox to have a more effective punish to the strategy. But honestly, SWAT Latam baited and switched one another so flawlessly. They survived that play with 3 players, 1 shot, and are about to earn the hill because of it. They do step out to fight for this camo, which is a good play. Now getting back into it, should be able to secure it. Now the fight is going to switch over to the elevator. These teams are going to fight for that space.
Remember, too, because of the buys in Winners Round 1, we were witnessing SWAT Latam earlier, still warming up. I think still in that ascension phase. And now, after hours and hours of open bracket gameplay, going through the gauntlet, getting into some best of 5s, SWAT Latam looks much different than they did earlier in the morning. But for now, 3 go down, and Team Lethal Fox will take control of the next hill.
It's a great kill and getting another player 1 shot from Johan, trying to block the spawns here in the elevator. Ultimately, wow, it's assassinated. Common catching that player off guard. Bit of a timing error on the part of SWAT Latam. And Team Lethal Fox certainly have the perfect control positioning here. They've got that, watching the crosses. When I think of this team like Haines and Common, these guys are by the book fundamental players. They have very strong fundamentals. They are gatekeepers to any team that does not have good fundamentals. So I expect them to take advantage of setups like AB or Elevator and Top Gold on a game type like this.
One of the longest standing duos in the HCS, and Eli, you're right. More often than not, you want to make it through the open bracket, you're probably going to have to beat Common and Haines. So we hop on board here with Common himself, sitting at 9-9, even in the kill feed and the scoreboard. But Team Lethal Fox do have a hardy edge on hill number 3, looking to secure it. Great position here from Common. All the attention through into Needles. He's going to clean up on that damage, earning an assist. Slay. But SWAT Latam do a decent enough job to keep Anthrax up, and despite being the only player alive for SWAT Latam, he scored some pretty crucial points. More importantly, positioning.
I mean, he just jiggle peeked his way to surviving in that situation. Without the jiggle peek, he certainly dies in that moment. So great movement out of Anthrax, keeps his team alive in this hill, which is a big deal, right? You never want to go down even by just 1 hill. Every point so important in this game mode.
And with every passing second, that survivability from Anthrax looks more and more consequential as he has helped bring his team back in a tie game. Less than 2 minutes to go, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're in the end game, you could argue already, despite only 2 hills being captured by each team, even 1-1. As Rammy now looks to clean up on 3-5-1. That's Juan as he does. And this hill should go to Team Lethal Fox. I'd like to see SWAT Latam set up for next.
I'd like to see Rammy start moving for next. I think he's playing a little bit too safe here, honestly. He could have started maybe applying extra pressure into tower. Probably a good thing he didn't, though, because it looks like 3 members of SWAT Latam were ready to stop him if he were to do so. In the meantime, though, after calling out 2 players here, the rest of Team Lethal Fox rotating through gold into long haul. Perfect timing. And all this commotion that Rammy has caused in the tower side just gave Lethal Fox a free rotation into C, and now they're pushing into the tower from behind. Excellently played.
Devastating to have lost the previous hill and to relinquish the opening points to the previous team that just scored. That's a 2-for-1 you don't want to see if you're SWAT Latam, as Johan makes his positioning on the top of A, looking to secure the cross. And he's got a teammate here, Pelu, with a good flank. His way through the middle of the map. Good shots on an opponent on Needles. Oh my God, the bait and switch comes through with a grapple G-slide. Not a job grapple G-slide, but looked quick enough to be that. SWAT Latam do lose 2 in the moment, and you can't go down 2 here with just 90 seconds left. This could be match point if Team Lethal Fox score next.
This is definitely one of those hills that is a must-win for SWAT Latam, because if Team Lethal Fox get it, they can just play time for the next hill that goes bottom middle. It can make life extremely difficult. So SWAT Latam have to be hyper-aggressive here. Problem is, Team Lethal Fox are in perfect positions to defend, and with this camo coming up, there's so many things to be worried about on the map. Team Lethal Fox managing the situation quite well. Camo does get cut down, though, by Pelu. Huge clutch double kill there to keep his team alive in this game.
Gotta have it. This is a must-win hill. SWAT Latam, as we are just about at the 60-second mark, they're in the hill and have the numbers advantage, shield advantage at that, so we should see SWAT Latam get that closer and closer to a tie, not only on this hill, but in this match. Still 62 seconds left.
It's actually not really looking that unmanageable for SWAT Latam until 2 of them do go down. So last 2 players alive, Pelu got an Anthrax. Really have to hold the line here. Team Lethal Fox just need a little bit of time, and they can afford to just send their bodies into it. With 54 seconds on the clock, I do expect Team Lethal Fox to just play the clock. But if SWAT Latam can get significant control of the C side of the map and force Team Lethal Fox to spawn in gold, they could potentially get this cap quickly. The problem is they got to get another one after that as well. It just feels like the win condition is so narrow at this point for SWAT Latam.
Yeah, that bottom mid-hill, usually a mosh pit of players diving in, throwing bows and fists at each other, but we don't suspect Team Lethal Fox to step foot in it once, if not chase out an opposition for SWAT Latam, as they have done a good job to keep that clock stuck at 35, continuously scoring beyond the 25 percentile, but now Rammy makes his move. One of the C platform has good positioning, good shots, and there you do see Team Lethal Fox drop into the hill, but it's only to slay out more of SWAT Latam. They go 3 down, and Team Lethal Fox are closer and closer to a 1-0 lead in the series.
Seems like a formality at this point. A little bit of stat padding coming down. Haines having himself a game, 21 and 13. Pretty big numbers there out of the veteran. And yeah, with 10 seconds to go and 2 caps to tie it, this is all but over.
It's GG's. That's a wrap. As Haines does in fact stat pad, adds another killing spree.
Big game out of Haines and Common, the duo.
Yeah, they looked really comfortable. I feel like we said, these guys have extremely strong fundamentals. They just know how to play Halo. It doesn't even matter the title, like Halo 3, Halo Reach. Like these guys just know how to play fundamental Halo. And a game type like Recharge King of the Hill to me is like you have to have strong fundamentals to be good at that game type. And it's no surprise to me that that's kind of their comfort zone.
It's the lockout of modern day Halo, and the lockout from Halo 2 was the most setup-oriented map from the classic era, you could argue, at least in Halo 2, I would say. Recharge has shades of that, and we just saw better map control, better positioning, almost collapsing.
Better rotation, timing.
Yeah. Like that copy pasta meme in the LBT chat.
Well, I feel like there's like, when you look at this roster from TLF, I feel like there's not that much weakness on it, you know?
Right.
And it was really caught me by surprise. And I think this is true both of TLF and Alpha. They lost their winner's side so dramatically.
Right.
I'm not sure, you know, you guys were both competitors. I was curious as to like what your guys' thought process is as to like why that sort of happened and what the bounce back is for them.
I think that it's a mixture of thinking that you're gonna win no matter what, and like maybe a bit of like overconfidence that like you get lazy almost. Yeah. And then also the underseeded team outperforming their own expectations.
They're hungry too.
Yeah, like they're hungrier. There was more like passion. There's more will to win, I think, from those lower seeded teams. They had more to prove, I guess.
Oh, look at this setup for the wall. She insta-explode. Rammy doesn't connect on it, but I still like the idea. Nonetheless, secures the first thrust, utilizes that to get up to the A ledge quickly. And Team Lethal Fox gonna play for that first camo. I do believe, though, they got the shock as the opening break goes down. 2 go down at the hands of Rammy. Make it 3. He's got a triple kill, and he's got that camo.
I like his decision to burn the last charge of the thruster before grabbing it, because on a lot of occasions you have to just tip out immediately and you don't have the timing to pick it back up. So
the exchange is sloppy.
Yeah, just might as well just use it to pick it up faster and then not worried about it anymore.
Well, it's an evenly contested opening break despite the sandbox control going in favor of Team Lethal Fox. So too does that triple kill. Rammy starting off flawlessly at 4-0. He's earned a team wipe before going down, and he might just get a few more. Looking for that grenade bounce toss, but he's got none in the kit. Still has a repulsor left to work with. Gonna utilize that to get back up on top, but hits a ledge, gets sent back down, and goes back to the respawn screen. Team Lethal Fox, though, still up 2.
Yeah, kind of got caught in an awkward situation. Didn't have a teammate nearby to bail him out. Still did massive damage and applied some pressure before falling. So far, pretty even game here. SWAT Latam. I would like to see them take some space when they get 3 dead like this. They want to make the next play more predictable. You know, if you take up more space, the next set of spawns is more easily read, which means you can easily start to set up around those escape options. Don't feel like they took as much space as they could have off that free.
Process of elimination, making it easier with those slays. Team Lethal Fox still narrowly in the lead, but now SWAT Latam have tied things up, even 3v3 in this moment. As Haines gonna lock down LR, might work his way up to the A ledge, get the high ground. It's Anthrax who's making his way towards HCS 358. That's Yakzn, takes him down easily at low shields. And numbers are starting to dwindle here for Team Lethal Fox, but a huge regain there. Somebody clutched up, I believe it was Rammy, taking down 2. but it's SWAT Latam who are now up by 2.
They've done such a good job of just like kind of managing every situation. When they go down, they're taking at least 1, usually 2 with them. I think Team Lethal Fox may be playing a little bit too fast right now. They need to adapt to the moment and adjust their play style. This is a dangerous road to go down.
Huge nade there from Common, predicting that that camo player would try to extend on the A ledge and push out towards the middle of the map. The predictive grenade toss takes down that camo and keeps things close, 20-19.
9-minute mark approaching quickly here. New shock rifle as we see Team Lethal Fox already setting up around that side of the map in preparation for it to come off spawn, but they've decided to collapse here. I don't know if I like this from Team Lethal Fox. You might as well just hold your space at the tower. If you make a sloppy push as it comes up, sometimes you die and give up the power weapon, which could just lead to a snowball out of control. That's exactly what we're starting to see.
SWAT Latam in control of this game 2 for now, as Juan and his teammate 2v2 with Team Lethal Fox player on the far side, and wow, do they handle that very well. 3 go down in total for SWAT Latam, 2 for Team Lethal Fox, so it's still close. 25-24 at the halfway mark. Johan looking to line up some shock rifle headshots, but that player sliding through makes it a little bit more difficult. Now he drops through, looking to clean up on the weak opponent here. That's Rammy, and he's got help, and he got the trade.
So impressive, honestly. Now tied up 26 all. Both teams fighting for this snipe side. SWAT Latam getting the best. Look at this. Dude, Anthrax just being such a difficult kill. He was doing this on recharge too.
And this is what Team Lethal Fox looked like earlier in the day. So this is an impressive eye test being passed here by SWAT Latam as they're looking to pass into the 30s with the lead. Up by 3 now. It's Pelu, high performer in the lobby right now. Tied with Common though at 10. Juan now pushes into the A yard, uses the thrust, almost overheats him, overextends him. I don't think he was expecting to get that far. You can see the reticle a little bit farther to the left of the screen than he anticipated.
I think that was one of those moments where you feel like you have the timing to kill the one guy that you saw, but by the time you've committed to the fight, there's a second opponent there, and you're like, oh, like, I'm dead. Whoops. But he's still trying his best to clean it up. This awkward fight through the corridor as Pelu and the rest of SWAT Latam have really just started to work together very well, but we got an overkill from Rammy. This guy's good for at least one of these a tournament,
He might just get a kill tack. He's pushing through. With low HP, his teammate is low HP too. They're gonna lose 2 in that sequence. So Team Lethal Fox, despite the overkill from Rammy, are down by 4 plus 2, 6 in total, 38-32. SWAT Latam look primed to tie up the series.
Bit of an overheat if you ask me. I think they were feeling it a little bit too much. Feeling it now, Mr. Krabs, but all of a sudden down by 7, backs against the wall. And Haines not having the same game he had on recharge. This is a bit more flow, like just, it's a Halo 5 map as well. I feel like he's probably got less Halo 5 experience than some of the other players in this lobby.
Look at the picture-in-picture. Look at the teams. Look at the people. Look at the energy. You can see it. You can feel it from SWAT Latam. I know we can hear it right now through our headphones, which are closed, and preventing us from hearing things like that. So it really goes to show how electric the energy is now for SWAT Latam. They are riding off of that to a potential 1-1 series tie. Still a 6-kill lead in this one.
Hello, welcome everybody, guys. We just got raided by Halo. Welcome everybody. You're watching the LBT Watch Party, and we're taking a look right now at SWAT Latam versus Team Lethal Fox. This is the elimination bracket, and these are the last 2 remaining spots that will be taken by possibly one of these 2 teams. And here on the couch, we got Eli, we got Mikowski, and Tools, who are helping us and guiding us through this match.
It's been a good one so far. 43-41 now as SWAT Latam have looked good throughout the most of this match, but Team Lethal Fox are coming back with a vengeance. Haines with the camo, getting some good shots down. It's gonna be the good positioning that matters most here as he's working through the middle of the map, the lower side of the map, but you can do that when you have camo, and he's gonna earn a back smack. Shots into the back of Anthrax. Keeps things close for Team Lethal Fox. Just a 2-kill game.
Wanted to get around that cover, knew there was another player approaching from the snipe side, couldn't get to cover fast enough, but still just a 2-kill game. Pelu, by the way, has 21 kills, but it's a tie game. This is unbelievable.
21 slays, 6 assists. He's responsible for 27. Unbelievable. And it might just not be enough. 46 all. We're tied. 4 slays needed for both of these 2 teams as Yakzn has has help here on LR, but he goes down. More slays. 3 go down for SWAT Latam, 48-49. Team Lethal Fox are about to secure the comeback and a 2-0 lead in the series.
I feel like this is it. If the Team Lethal Fox win this, can SWAT Latam recover? I don't know.
They were up by 6, deep into the 30s.
They were about to take their first game off in this tournament. They already lost to them in the winner's bracket, and Rammy closes it out with
Choke.
20 of his own as we see Thug Nasty with the choke. Has to let him know.
You heard it from Haines. He said it. He said it better than we could on the casting desk. Choke. That's what it was. SWAT Latam should have had that. They were up by 6. They had everything. They had that camo. They had shock, and somehow it all slipped away.
I was calling out Haines, and I think he heard me. He said, all right, let me get some kills. I got you. Because he's really stepped it up in the last half of that game.
And think about this. You haven't seen Yakzn look like Yakzn just yet. What happens when Yakzn starts looking like Yakzn? So I think everything's going in TLF's favor.
It really is. I think it's great that we're getting to watch. It's just getting so close to the last 2 remaining spots are good. One of them is going to be gone by one of these 2 teams. Whoever gets to win this series gets to take that last spot. And then our series after this, that's where the last spot will go. SWAT Latam versus Team Lethal Fox, and Team Lethal Fox has the lead right now with 1 more game remaining. Live fire. I feel like SWAT Latam had a little bit of fire there in that last game, but can they get that and bring that to that 3rd game?
The fire got put out, if I'm being completely honest with you. And I agree. It's going to be hard to find it again. I mean, like I said, this is a rematch from the winner's bracket. SWAT Latam has yet to take a game off Team Lethal Fox. You're already kind of battling that mentally, and then you also throw a lead. It's going to be hard to come back from this.
I feel like someone's got to help my boy Pelu out. You know what I'm saying? 22 kills?
That's
insane.
The Colombian god, let me just tell you what. This guy is unbelievable. SWAT Latam had a huge journey to get here. Like you said, this is a rematch from earlier in the bracket where they played in winners round 3. SWAT Latam lost a lot of pro points by making this move. They moved from Colombia to North America. Now they have everything against them. Down 0-2 in a series. Last possible chance. They got to get the job done.
This does set up well for SWAT Latam, though, not in the sense they just went 3 down off the start, but in the sense that they have what I call the reverse sweep trampoline match, and that it's an oddball game 3. You haven't been able to figure out how to play against Team Lethal Fox in winners round 3. Now we'll play qualifier on the lower side of the bracket. You got 15 to 20 minutes to put it together. Otherwise, a long trip home.
I'll tell you what, though, if Lethal Fox start out with some fire here, I think the mental damage is going to start to chip away at SWAT Latam's even feeling of possibly winning this. You know what I mean? Like, this is a mental battle at this point.
Everybody believes, but it always takes a little bit of seeing is believing to get yourself back in the fight. And we're just seeing too much from Team Lethal Fox already at that 30-second check mark. That is another 3 down for SWAT Latam. Make it 4. And now you can hear more and more trash talk from TLF.
I've seen this story many times, Hunter. The team that thought they had a chance and then blow a lead like that, it's just so difficult to come back from. I mean, look at this. They've only got 2 kills to start this game. On the other side, they have 11.
A full round's worth of oddball, and it might just be a full round concluded here as Team Lethal Fox have already secured 1 minute on the clock to 0 seconds for SWAT Latam. 0 slays still on the feed as well, and more energy. And it was 5 minutes ago we were recognizing the energy from SWAT Latam. Where did it go?
Yakzn is 7-0. You just said what happens if Yakzn starts doing Yakzn things? I think he's doing Yakzn things. He's also got 3 assists in 22 seconds of oddball. 2 of them haven't died yet.
This is a massacre. 77 and rolling. This might just be a flawless 100-0. And I don't say that lightly. I don't ever expect that in the highest levels of Halo competition, but we might just be seeing that here as Team Lethal Fox have been dominating SWAT Latam all throughout the day. They have been Mexico's nightmare.
I don't like what I just saw from Anthrax. Yeah, you forced a trade, but you need more than trades. You got to get the kills and stay alive.
3-2 to go down, though, for Team Lethal Fox. So SWAT Latam are going to put some points on the board, but after giving up 82 seconds, boy, SWAT Latam got to get at least 45-50 to feel like they have a chance to bring it back to within that 30-second threshold that is always so important, like a check marker checkpoint in oddball. So far, though, it's been Team Lethal Fox checking everything off the box.
This is the side effect of having such a massive lead, too, is you start to get items like Camo and Sniper for free because the other team feels like if they neglect the ball for just 10 seconds, they lose the round because, I mean, that's a fact. They only need 18 more seconds to close it out. So Haines able to get this Camo completely uncontested due to the current game state, but honestly, SWAT Latam have done a good job to make this a bit more interesting. It was starting to look like 100-0 off the rip. They've started to make it look a bit more competitive.
Yeah, press per time, our SWAT Latam, that's going to open up more opportunities for sandbox control for TLF, but like we saw in the middle of the map, game 2, where SWAT Latam went up by 6, starting to see a little bit more of that. Starting to see more of the juice, starting to see more 3-downs for Team Lethal Fox, as SWAT Latam does have what looks like comeback materializing, but just as I say that, Haines with another double kill, more deads from the open bracket main stage here, and when Haines starts to feel himself, feels like he's the best player in the lobby, that's bad news for the other team.
I have to agree, and you know Coach Doug Nasty hyping these guys up right now. I mean, honestly, when your team is flowing, like, you just got to make sure that adrenaline is still going to the is he going for a 360 medal, the Haines? Flying every which way here, but I mean, they just need 5 seconds to close this out. They can take their time if they want to.
Low state halo is what we're witnessing here. Speaking of flow, Yakzn on fire to start this one. 9-6-3, so responsible for 15 slays. Only gone down 3 times, and that will be a quick 1-0 lead in this oddball for TLF. SWAT Latam back against the wall on the brink, getting sent home.
A lot of folks from Latin America watching this with their hopes on this squad. I will say that if SWAT Latam do not win this, there still is Alpha on the other side. Alpha has their last qualifying match. It's going to be after this, so will be another chance for Latam to make it through.
Ball dropped. Guys, I keep a look on the cams, right? Left and right, we see the cams of the players.
Yeah.
See how they react, see how they handle this adversity that's coming to them.
Right now, it's just been all energy on the side of Team Lethal Fox. They're yelling after every double kill. I think it's getting to the members of SWAT Latam. You can hear it. If you guys, I would not be surprised if chat could hear that yell through our microphones.
They absolutely heard that. If they didn't hear it, they felt it, Eli. But despite that, SWAT Latam are up 27-0. They the mirror reversal of round number 1 from Team Lethal Fox. Granted, Team Lethal Fox got a little bit further on the scoreboard, but this is an impressive bounce back from SWAT Latam. We're not counting them out just yet.
They're looking quite good in this round. Team Lethal Fox did get controlled now, though. Sniper on the ground. Is it glitched? Okay, no, he can pick it up. That's good news. Anthrax has been very impressive so far. One of the better players at just staying alive and trusting his teammates to help him. He's got this. I think he wants to close the gap because he has a repulsor here. I think he had intentions to repulse that player. Hasn't had to use it yet, so still 2 charges of the repulse and 6 bullets in snipe. This is a great sandbox to have some more control into the next sequence.
All right, SWAT Latam regain control of that oddball off of the reset. Team Lethal Fox, though, able to put 19 seconds on the board and make this one a little bit closer, as Anthrax has positioning of the snipe tower. Critical positioning on the map to control if you want to score more of those points. And for now, both teams playing for slays. 3 up, SWAT Latam, 4 up for Team Lethal Fox. They might just lose snipe tower because of it, and they do.
Enemy has the ball.
Oh, man, it's just as I said, they had so much of the sandbox control. I think the good news for them is Yakzn didn't know that guy had a sniper, so he left it on the ground there unintentionally. Also gets taken down, but Team Lethal Fox have taken the lead in this round, and it looks like Rammy was the one that found the sniper, so he's still got these 3 bullets to work with.
Watch out. I was watching Rammy warm up on live fire with the S7. He was shooting bots, but
he's a beast.
Boy, was he on fire with it. Made me a little nervous for SWAT Latam, and now he's starting to put that to work. Doesn't connect on the shot, but does clean up with that bandit. Looking for the no-scope bandit combination, but doesn't get it. That might just give up snipe control, and it does.
I think he was expecting his teammate to still be alive to help finish that kill, and then as soon as that player died, felt like he needed to push through. A lot of audibles happening in real time there. And I think it threw off his timing and aim there to land that last shot.
Ball dropped.
At the end of the day, though, it is going to be Pelu that gets this camouflage. It's going to be a good omen for SWAT Latam.
Crucial possession here for SWAT Latam. They win the possession, they likely tie things up. Team Lethal Fox win the possession, and they likely double up on that lead. But for now, 3 go down for TLF, so that's going to give that time back to SWAT Latam, and they're in position to tie things up, maybe even regain the lead.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
17 kills for Yakzn, 10 assists as well. This round, though, been a comeback story for SWAT Latam. As the QT, that man blinks mid lunge to avoid certain death.
I don't think I've ever seen someone not get hit before they go through the portal, man.
He was fighting ghosts, and now because of it, punching the air.
I mean, if it was online, he definitely gets hit by that melee.
But we're on land, baby. Here we are in Salt Lake City, and SWAT Latam have, in fact, reclaimed the lead, up by 6, and they're taking down more members of Team Lethal Fox. A great response here. They've handled adversity so well, they just don't have much to show for it. Could this be, again, that reverse sweep trampoline that gets them back into this series and gets them back into their groove, gets a little mojo going?
It's got to start with this round, else their tournament life is over.
Ball drop.
Everything kind of on the next set of plays here to just keep themselves alive. But you're right, they win this, that could be the momentum builder they need to really start getting themselves back into this mentally.
Ball drop.
Team Lethal Fox just kind of being pesky at this point, just moving the oddball a little bit further away, getting a kill here and there. The SWAT Latam cannot get fully comfortable, but they get 3 dead. Johan goes down. But there should be some even more ball time for SWAT Latam.
I've seen 3 down more often than not for Team Lethal Fox here in this round. That's what we saw for SWAT Latam, and a quick, easy round 1 win for Team Lethal Fox. But it looks like SWAT Latam are about to tie up this game and send us to a round 3, 78 and rolling now to 51 as they start to rotate that oddball towards the back of mud. But sensing that pressure from Haines, elect for a reset.
Okay. It's getting pretty scrappy here. Neither team really having significant control at any given point in time. It's just been kind of a slugfest this round, which is much better than the first round. As Team Lethal Fox are running away with it. So SWAT Latam making some adjustments on the fly here. Looks like Haines gets this camo. What can he do with it though? He's gonna at least try to accumulate some intel. And a nice out BR victory from Yakzn. He's gonna be able to rotate the ball into A because of it.
Yeah, tough fight. Hard fought oddball possession there from Yakzn. He's slaying out. Now he's adding more to the stat sheet in the form of OBJ as Common sets up like a turret on the frags on the A side. Now setting up for a potential back smack. Now gonna take it straight to him with that Magnum close range gunfight. Does earn the trade, and all the while Yakzn earning more ball time. They're only down by 10 now.
Very smart rotation as well. Recognize the writing on the wall. SWAT Latam are likely spawning the dummy side and pushing straight to garage. Perfectly timed rotation. Yakzn not just a slayer, but the objective guy as well, as he's got 50 points and honestly made the best rotation that we've seen so far this game.
Enemy team.
Great job executing. I'm gonna assume that was there was some IGLing maybe from Common or Haines there, calling for the Coach Thug Nasty calling for and sensing the pressure on the left side of A as they work it to the green side of the map and still have possession. I thought they were rotating and maybe setting up for the reset. They might just win this series. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! A no-scope comes through. A sniper to the back of the head. 4 go down for Team Lethal Fox. And at the 99-second mark, SWAT Latam have life and a chance to steal game number, round number 2.
It ain't over yet, boys.
This has the potential to be the most heartbreaking reverse 3-0 of all time if this happens.
Looked all but wrapped up, and now SWAT Latam are just 8 seconds away from winning round number 2, sending us to a round number 3. Three go down though for SWAT Latam, and Team Lethal Fox just need 1 second off the reset, but they can't overextend or overheat for it, and they just did.
Pelu with the perfect grenade as well. Predicts that player's coming in next. He's gonna probably YOLO for the ball.
2-2.
1 second.
Rammy gets it, and Team Lethal Fox will qualify from the lower bracket. They'll be competing tomorrow in pools.
So impressive, the resilience. That first round was just a walk in the park. SWAT Latam showed some fight, but Team Lethal Fox they just corrected the mistakes they made at the first half of that round and just brought it together and had a perfect rotation, close out the game.
This was one of the teams that we expected to qualify. I just don't think they expected to qualify from the bottom seat, like from the bottom of the elimination bracket. I think, whoa. My brain just spaced.
What do you
I
think?
A lot.
You just took the quantum translocator to another dimension?
A whole different dimension. Anyways, I'm here right now. Yeah, they qualified. Congrats to them. I hope we get to have some of them on, hopefully, soon over here on the LVT couch. Our next game is going to be Alpha Esports versus Mind Freak, and this is going to be the battle of the regions. Mexico region versus Australia.
That's incredible.
Last chance for Mexico. I mean, like, SWAT Latam is NA technically, but like they represent for the Mexico region. Like,
right.
That could be a brutal night for Mexico.
This will be their 3rd chance to qualify for pools, just so you're right. If they go 0 for 3, brutal, devastating loss.
How is it 3?
Because Alpha
had a chance in winners. Yeah. Alpha Latam had a chance in lower.
And then I was like, how does a team have 3 chances? And then I was like, oh, you're talking about a region. Yeah, that makes sense.
Was it the last time that like Freak was on a spot like this, also on a game 5? Like, this is like teleporting them back in time. Like, okay, let's not lose this on a game 5.
Dude, this would
They
be
lost a native, right?
And they had a heartbreaking loss earlier today when they played in the winner's side. We saw them have a massive lead on Interference Stronghold. They were just 20 points away from securing that, and it was a complete runaround.
They started the match 170-0 and lost.
And those mistakes, I feel like stay with you. Those cuts run deep. I'm excited to see how they come back, how they bounce back. This is Australia's last chance in a sense. We saw them have 2 Game 5 losses at Atlanta. Now they need to clutch up in this moment, put Australia back into the conversation of having those pool play spots, being represented at Worlds. They have so much riding on this match.